Today is June 16th, and baseball is still on fire. But we've got a bunch of voicemails that we're excited about, so let's do it. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY and Jake. Recaps galore and weekly awards. Stat lines, steaming hot takes. Your Yankees news with these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY and Jake. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY and Jake.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Talkin' Yanks. My name is Jimmy, and sitting next to me is Jake. He's currently got an underbeard made out of a mask, blue hat on, and headphones. We both have very red noses today. Jake got some sun. I have a wildly raging pimple coming through, and we're going to talk some Yankees. Jake, how you doing?
I'm good, Jim. It is a red nose pod today.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Red Nose Day to all the listeners. No underbeard. I have the mask ready to go. Can't be too safe. / I was one of the people out and about in New York this week that they then threatened to shut down the city this weekend. So I'm a bad guy. Never really fought that.
I didn't know any of that happened. They threatened too many people were out and about?
Yeah, so it's funny when a collective group of people come to the same conclusion, but it wasn't really discussed. I had a friend get engaged.
The collective unconscious is what you're talking about.
No, I had a friend get engaged. Congrats to Connor and Leah on their engagement.
Kalia.
So we went to Pier 45. We had a couple celebratory drinks there, and then we went to, a couple New York rite of passage bars, Penny Farthing, Jackdaw. And so all these places are serving alcoholic drinks out their windows.
Mm-hmm.
Which has been cool, but no one's really put it together yet to make a day out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the collective
unconscious
group of people all did that. So there was I never watched the news, but it was left on because I watched a little bit of the golf yesterday, and the news came on, and it was literally the first story. And it was there's people in the city not taking things seriously, and there's just cutscenes, different bars around New York City, and I was like, oh.
Were you scared you were going to be on one of the scenes?
Yes, very much so, for a second. But was not. I'm a bad guy. Back to you in the booth.
Cool. Well, this episode of Talkin' Yanks is brought to you, Jake, by two very special people, Jim Loper and Ryan Carlquist.
Jim Loper, huh?
Jim Loper, yeah. So those are the most two recent Patreons that signed up to support us, and they get live access to the shows. We got some people in the chat now. Jason Miller said, Jake with the strong mask neck beard, and they say hi. So also on Patreon, we just uploaded a behind the scenes of The Office the week before we got sent home.
Yeah.
Since we're back in the office now, Zach had that footage to edit and put it out. So if you are a Patreon and you missed that, you can go check it out. It's just some behind the scenes stuff that we shot as we've really found out that baseball wasn't happening anymore.
It's history.
I think it has the moment when we hear the news recorded. So that's that. Now we're going to talk some Yanks. Now a lot's going on in the Yankees world. Oh, besides the whole letter, I guess we have to talk about that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Brutal.
Yeah.
If we play baseball, will they even allow the Yanks?
Probably not.
Probably not.
So if anyone really hasn't been keeping up to date with this story, headline came out that says there's a letter from the commissioner to the Yankees that allegedly shows the Yankees cheated far worse than the commissioner publicly stated. It was a bunch of DraftKings users that sued MLB because of the cheating, and the judge who ruled against it, he got to see the letter. He also ruled against the plaintiff because I think there's no case there. I think that
Too plain, no tiff.
Yeah, I think people already tried to sue for cheating, and it holds no water. There's no grounds to stand on. But the judge said, now that I think someone told me, like, now that letter was used as evidence, procedurally it has to be released to the public. Like, that's just how it works. And the Yankees said, we don't want that released, and MLB said, we don't want that released. Yankees said it holds no smoking gun, but it would do irreputable damage to our something. Would injure the reputation, something like that. So the headline was, there's a letter out there that proves the Yankees were cheating. And everyone ran with that like crazy and opened the letter. I'm all for it. There shouldn't be secret letters out here. Like Manfred shouldn't be doing the whole pass a note and then burn that thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you're going to do it, burn it. Don't seal it. Yeah, it's crazy. And like, what's going on? So it's so nuanced. In 2015, 2016, teams had access to the replay room, and there was no rule saying they couldn't use that information and give it to a runner on second base without electronics. So if they watched in the replay room and then walked to the dugout and told someone this is it, and then they signaled to the runner on second, that was legal at the time. Now, if you use technology to get it to the dugout and get it to the player, that was illegal. So when the Red Sox got caught with the Apple Watch, that was technology. So they got fined for it. And right then and there, MLB put out a thing saying, we know teams have been using the replay room in this way. We didn't think they would. We don't want them to. So we've clarified the rule. If you use the replay room at all in that way to get signs, it's illegal. Since then, the Yankees haven't been caught doing anything. Since they changed it, and Cashman even said, like, they update the rules, we follow the new rules. They update those rules, we follow the new rules. That's what Cashman said before an interview. So this letter, I think, will just prove that the Yankees used the replay room incorrectly in 2015 and 2016, which was already public, but not public through a huge megaphone. It was kind of like public if you read about it in the correct articles deep on paragraph 8, and the Yankees partook in this as well. You know what I mean? It wasn't ever a headline. So I think the Yankees didn't want it to be a headline. Like they were like, no, I want that letter stayed in the past. Now it's a headline anyway because you did that. So it's kind of the Barbra Streisand effect. But I don't know. That's basically where we're at. Open the letter. I'd be surprised, Jake. Like, wouldn't you be surprised if the letter comes out and Manfred's like, "Dear Yankees, we know that you set up a camera and relayed signs to batters in live time without even using a runner on second base. But we're going to cover that and we're going to tell the public that you only did this. Burn this letter." Like,
probably. I mean, couple steps back. Manfred, in general, that letter could say anything. So that's the only thing where not cheating concerns, but just Manfred general concerns, because sometimes not sure what that feller is up to. And hopefully maybe we'll get some breaking news during this podcast about baseball. But yeah, it's the timeline, and some people are never going to be able to function with the timeline. And it's, is this a Yankees podcast? Absolutely. Are we starting to become respected voices in the MLB community? Yup. Suck it. But what Houston did is 10 out of 10. Illegal. Bad. Instant relay, video camera, stealing signs, as bad as it gets. The Red Sox, and this is where the timeline comes in, they got warned by the commissioner to stop doing this, and then they went out and they did it again. And they were relaying the signs to runners on second when they were on base to send back to the hitter. And more importantly than that, they were spitting in the commissioner's face because they were told, do not do that. The Yankees did the same thing as the Red Sox just earlier, and when the commissioner said stop, they stopped. So if you don't have the timeline factor to it, you could get lost in the scuttle. I'm with you, and it almost sounds like New York, but like open the letter. Like, open the letter. I mean...
and stop doing them in the future.
There's probably some weird Manfred line in there that I'm sure other fan bases would, like, find a way to hold over our heads, because why are we sending sealed letters? What's happening?
Yeah. That's baseball to a T. Closed doors,
sealed
keep the public...
letters? I hope he used one of those... the things they used to close letters with in, like, the olden days / like Game of Thrones.
Wax and a stamp.
It's his signature.
It says Manfred on it.
It's not even his. It's like Bud Selig's old one.
He just uses it. Yeah, that's good. Breaking news. You wanted breaking news? Beep, beep, beep. Garrett Cole drove to Yankee Stadium and pitched in the bullpen today.
Should have went.
And we're right here.
We're right here.
Let us know.
Just had him over.
Cole, let us know. Goddamn.
Cole World. What does he know? Probably nothing. Maybe something.
Probably nothing.
Probably nothing. Maybe something.
But probably nothing.
It's probably nothing.
All right. You want to get this?
BBD like that. And he's cute. And how are you, David?
I'm well. Thank you for asking.
Okay. Today's voicemail app?
Voicemail app.
It's exciting.
Yeah, let's run the first one. On your mark, get set, voicemail.
Hey, Jimmy, Jake, this is Adam from New Jersey. I was wondering how you've been dealing with all the heat from Astros fans on Twitter, because they've been complete idiots and apparently don't know how to read. So my other question is, after all of this, basically after the Yankees are all but exonerated, do you think that the Astro fans will still just like say they cheated? And do you think that the buzzers will ever come out? Love you guys. Thanks.
What's up, Adam? Thanks. Yeah, Adam. I don't know how I deal with it, man. Like, that day sucked. I was trending, and every time I opened my phone, it was just nothing but, like, blind hate.
Yes.
It's weird to be on the other end of it. Even though I know you say they're, like, irrational people, and obviously they're dumb, it's still not fun to be on the other end of just straight blind rage.
Yeah.
Like I was with Luke, I just kept, like, I couldn't open my phone. I couldn't open my phone and not have the 20+ notification sign. Like, I would try to do it in like 20 seconds. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And it was nothing but like, take that, you fat fuck.
Yeah.
Take what? Like, nothing
Could you take
happened.
It? Just take it.
I had to, yeah.
Take it. Yeah, I was pretty happy. That was while I was celebrating the engagement. Congrats, Connor and Leah. Kalia, as I think you called them. Yeah, and because you're right, and I mean, I've very much been in the weeds, and I mean, I've seen the heat of some other people's fastballs, especially when you're on the end of it, and it's tough not to tune that on. But I mean, like that caller was mentioning, I mean, it's pure illogical people. I mean, it was, after I want to say it was like an 8-hour blip on Twitter, and then already the story started to turn where everyone with human logic started to say, no, this isn't that at all. And then what? Wasn't it the back page of the sports paper was Hugh don't have it right. Hugh.
I don't know. But on my mentions, there's been no change.
Of course not. And I mean, that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they forget about it and go away. But yeah, whenever something happens, I get lit up. So there was like a nice month break, and I got lit up, and it's super frustrating because they're just so dumb. So dumb. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's not fun. Anyway, what was his other questions? When this comes out, will they? No. Like Jake said, they don't accept the timeline of it was illegal at one point and not illegal, and then illegal after it. So they will never accept that. And they don't accept that there's a difference between what the Red Sox did and what the Astros did. And they won't accept that either.
You're essentially dealing with crazy people / rabid teenagers / crazy Texas folk.
Yeah, I don't think it's the teenagers. I think it's adults. Like, my feed is mostly like angry adults. It's all over.
Yeah, there's. I think the Utes are in there. I think there's some kids with venom who are letting it out, and they get their Houston Astros group chat going. That I know you know of. And then yeah, man. I mean, it's hostile times. People are trapped inside, and if they're gonna open up the firing range, and hey, you and I said this. I mean, the way the article was reported was extremely clickbaity, and
they reported against the alleged crime and not that the judge ruled against it.
Yes.
Like, we had a hearing. It went to a judge and he said, no, this isn't true.
Right.
And they conveniently left that out of all the headlines.
Right.
It's crazy. But open the letter. Let's see what's in there.
Let's see the letter, baby.
Love to see how
Team
Manfred
letter
writes his letters.
Probably so weird.
Hey guys, it's Josiah from Austin, Texas. Long time, second time. I have a question.
Don't hear that a lot.
About baseball, so I thought I'd call you. How many games do you think the Yankees could win in a 75-game season? I mean, I'm thinking 50 is easy. Like, do you think they could win like 60-plus games? Maybe. I mean, what you guys think? Go Yanks.
You gotta remember that if they do this 75-game season, it's all against the NL East and the AL East, and there's some good teams in both divisions. The Rays are good. The Red Sox will be competitive. Like, I don't think they're going to be, like the Orioles where you win every game of the series. The Blue Baby Jays will be competitive, and then the NL East, man, that's a really competitive. Besides the Marlins, that's really competitive. So, yeah, I mean, 50 and 25 sounds really nice. I wouldn't 60 and 15. No, come on. I understand you want to think big, but that's like insane.
No, I think 50.
I think 50 is the number. 50 is like the 90.
You're looking at one of the high scores. I mean, 50 and 25. That's what, a 6.67 winning percentage. Not a math pod. Never has been a math pod.
It's never been.
But yeah, I googled best record through 100 games MLB, and I got an article that was hottest starts, and there's like 32-8, 33-7, 49-1, 40-9-1 for those 1946 Red Sox. Good team. But yeah, I think and what you were saying about the Sox, I mean, that's the whole wild card of this shortened season that we're now preying on happening. A lot of the teams that normally fit in that, 81 to 86 wins. I'll make a lot of friends saying this. The Red Sox, the Mets, those teams, their season, you'd kind of expect to be in that range. I mean, those teams are either fully in play or going to fully shit the bed. I had a Jakey Shower thought the other day. What's the Jakey Shower thought noise effect that we always play whenever I bring it up? I feel like we just play this a lot.
Yeah, no, we definitely do. For sure. I had that on the...
It's okay. Came out of left field.
Everyone enjoy your bad day.
Okay.
You're very depressed in the shower usually.
Tuesday shower. Totally forget the thought. No. What if the Red Sox tanked this season and got like a top 3 pick?
Why not?
Why not, right?
Sale's out.
Re-sign Mookie.
Mookie's out. Sale's out. Cora's out.
They got the prospects in the Mookie trade.
Price is out.
Get like a higher draft pick than the Red Sox would ever normally get.
And no one's going to care.
I know, again, this is a pretty Yankee-centric podcast because in Red Sox world, they're saying, hey, we could probably sneak up on some teams.
Oh, dude.
Oh, my God.
Usually by August anyway, if the Red Sox aren't in it, they pivot to Patriots, but now the Patriots are probably tanking for a season. So, what are Boston fans going to do? What are they going to be arrogant about?
Bruins.
Are the Bruins good right now?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Happy for them. What about the Celtics?
They're good.
Celtics are good. I think the Bruins were in first when the season ended, but I don't know hockey.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm guessing that.
Yeah.
Do you ever wish that?
They'll find a way.
Do you ever wish New York was a one-sport town?
What's the comparison?
Boston. I'm jealous that
they're not a one-sport town.
One sport per league town. I'm jealous
one
that
team
everyone everyone in Boston,
Like Oklahoma City Thunder, that'd be a one-sport town.
whatever.
I got what you're saying. Yeah.
Everyone roots for the same football team. Everyone roots. It would be cool if New York was like, this is the New York. Like, every sport is divided because it's such a big city. I am jealous of towns and cities that have just one sport per league.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think it leaves a little more flexibility. Like, I enjoy the Denver Broncos, and that just kind of happened as a youth. And I think if New York was a one team per sport town, I'd probably be slightly more disliked for that. So I don't know. Don't care.
Okay.
Go Mets.
Do we answer the question? What was it?
Most
50.
wins.
50 is the mark.
50s, I think, is like the 100. Because think about it. It's a little less than half a season.
I just had 50 as the 90. 55 as the 100.
Think about it.
You're getting less than half a season, and 100 is like an amazing season.
That would be like 102, 103. But half a season, you do get a little more stretch. It's not 90.
95.
I'll give you 98 minimum, but I think it's 100.
Okay. 25 losses?
Yeah.
But you gotta factor in, like, teams can go off on sample size.
Sure, somebody can have a hot stretch that could be
like,
a little better.
do I think a team would win like 55 to 60? Yeah, I think like two teams would probably do that.
Okay, see, I don't. I mean, that's a crazy pace.
Like, you can be...
That's a record-breaking pace for half a season. Like, when's the last time we've seen that?
2019 Yankees baseball reference. I'm just going to find like a 2-month stretch and see what.
Okay.
Schedule and results by month.
By month.
Let's see.
By months.
So in May, the Yankees went 20-7.
It's pretty good.
And then in June, they went 17-9. So that's 37-16.
And we were talking about 50-15? 50-25?
Yeah.
60-15.
And then in August again, they went 21-9.
I mean, dude, think about 60-15. That's nuts.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think because of the smaller sample size, you have to rule in craziness more than rule it out.
I'm just, like, when have we had a team, like, we've seen some really great teams between our Yanks and the Astros and even the Sox. And, like, you're talking about teams that are on a record-breaking pace, and we haven't even seen a team really come close to that.
Yeah. I'm trying to... What about Boston, speaking of, in 2018? Like, did they have 2 months where they had under 10 losses? I mean, yeah. They had a pretty good stretch here.
They got hot.
I think if a team could win 19 games 20 games in a month. Teams are doing that. So 60 games, because you say you play 30 games a month.
Sure.
20-10, that would be 40-20. Am I doing math right?
Yeah.
And then do it 10-5. 50
and 25.
That's where we're at?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's where we've been at.
You got there. I got there.
Yeah, you got there.
Did math.
I'll give you 55. Nobody's getting 60.
No one's getting... Okay, 60's high, but I think the team might crack like 58. You just got to be...
55's my cap.
What are the divisions? Like, there might be a shitty fucking division, dude. Are the Royals and the White Sox and the... who's the other tanking team in that division?
The Centrals... I mean...
Tigers, all in the same division?
The NL Central is a shit show anyways. And, I mean, so is the top of the AL Central.
Yeah. If the Braves want to run the Cardinals and Cubs want to, like, run the table in that two divisions, I think they could. I don't know. It's interesting. We're pretty similar. I just think there might be one team that does something
55
crazy.
top for a 75-game season. That's not going to happen.
55? 75 games not going to happen, yeah. So fun conversation, though. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
Or no, thanks, Josiah.
Hey, Jimmy and Jake. It's Andy calling in from Minnesota. And just had a quick question. So obviously the Yankees are going to lose a lot of money given that no fans are going to be in attendance to games if there are games this year. So with that in mind, and Paxton and Tanaka becoming free agents next year, what do you think the Yankees rotation looks like next year before Herman comes back? Thanks, guys. Stay healthy and go Yanks.
It's a really good question that we've had a lot amongst ourselves because we were told by someone on the business side of things, not for the Yankees, but just on the business side of things of baseball, like, hey, don't expect teams to spend this year. And I think everyone's saying that now. Don't expect the Yankees to spend because they're a one-income company, basically, and all of their money comes from baseball. And I was like, well, they have to spend somewhere because they have no pitchers. If they don't bring back anyone, that means Paxton's gone, Tanaka's gone, Hap's gone. That means that the rotation is Cole, Montgomery as the 2, and then Clark Schmidt, Davey, and Mike King. And Loizaga. Yeah. I think Tanaka will come back.
We've we've heard that however this does play out, and it's going to be chaos. These are unprecedented times in baseball. We've heard from people that are much closer to the Yankees that Masahiro Tanaka, not in pinstripes, not from the fan perspective, but in real life, would be odd. Something would have to go wrong. And hey, maybe this money stuff is enough to do it, but we've been told he really likes New York City. He really likes being a Yankee. To the fact that if the Yankees could be in the ballpark with another offer, Masahiro Tanaka would remain a Yankee. Again, we'll see how it plays out. Like you're saying, it's tough to picture the New York Yankees running out a pitching staff of Garrett Cole and bodies. Hey, maybe Monty follows up with a really nice year and he is the next Andy Pettitte, and I'll be fine with that. I'll eat those eggs. And then, yeah, I mean, it would the fun part of that would be Brian Cashman trading all of our hitting capital to get pitching. I think, I mean, if you're a Clint Ford, if you're a Clint Frazier, a Mike Ford, if you're a Tyro Estrada, I mean, I would have your bags packed and ready to go if that's how it plays out for the Yankees. And hey, that would man, no, it's funny. I haven't even allowed my brain to go there. But man, would that be a wrinkle in this Yankees dynasty if the New York Yankees were plunged of money for a few year span when they had this young core that's supposed to be the future? Boy, would that suck dicks.
Even if Tanaka comes back, Paxton's iffy.
Yeah.
Hap probably gone.
And there's
Severino's coming back, but halfway through. But you would have Cole, Tanaka, Gumby, Sevy, not at the start of the season.
Starting to get near a staff. Davey, your guy.
Clark and Davey, like maybe getting a lot of run
Kinger.
Unless they sign other people. It's very interesting.
The other side of this is that money may be fucked up throughout baseball, depending how everything plays out. So you could see a lot of guys signing 1-year type deals. So the Yankees could even potentially run it back. We've heard there's been so many different rumors. It's tough to know what's true because this stuff does not just happen.
It's
weird.
Hey, JOMBOY Jake. This is Bill from Austin, actually now living in Round Rock, Texas, where Sam Bass was killed. So that's kind of cool.
Round Rock.
My question is to Jake. So I just moved from a house to an apartment, and my dog is just not about it. So seeing as the Noodle dog has been in an apartment for a while, I was wondering if you give me and maybe JOMBOY some advice on apartment pups. So, yeah, need some advice to keep them going. Let's go Yanks.
Wow. We're Talkin' Yanks has officially transitioned to a lifestyle podcast.
Yep.
We've hit our peak.
Mm-hmm.
First thing I did with Noodle, we got his testicles removed.
Nice.
And I ate them in front of him to show my dominance. No. So here's the problem. Noodle's only really known apartments.
Yeah.
So I don't know going from house to apartment what kind of backyard setup you'd have. I would just have, you know what you need? You need an ace in the hole. If I need to get my dog tired, where am I going? And that's either a dog park or a doggy daycare or something like that. That you could just see it. Like, I can see when Noodle starts getting antsy and it's like, all right, he needs to be worn out. Look, now in the city, being close to Central Park, we've been frequenting that area a lot, getting our steps in. So that's been good. But yeah, Noodle's a bum. If we go for a 2-mile walk, like, he's gassed. Which again also ends up making me a little sad when I'm high because if he was a dog with a yard and chased squirrels all day, he probably had better cardio. But you could say the same thing about me. So
2-mile walk, I'm probably gassed too.
Oh yeah. Tight, just tight.
Maybe I do that. I'm gonna Google how long I walk for.
Okay.
To Fairway Market.
Okay.
We do that walk regularly. I'm not gassed at the end of it.
Not gassed.
I might be selling myself short here. I almost just said my address out loud because I was just talking about what type. I think the difference here, and I don't know, Jake's the experienced guy, but you never went from house, but we went with Zimmer, we went from big house in Connecticut with a huge backyard to Lavalette, which is smaller house and streets, no backyards. And like, he was old.
Right.
We never walked him. Just open up the backyard, he'd run himself crazy, play with the animals, So when we had to actually like walk him to get exercise, it was different. So that's what this guy's going to have to do. You just have to make time to walk him nonstop.
Oh, there was a pretty good moment yesterday. So I don't know if I mentioned, but Saturday, Connor and Leah got engaged. Kalia.
Fuck, 1.1 miles.
Congratulations. Ooh.
But I'm not gassed from it.
Okay.
At all.
What if you double it?
If we walked back, I think I'd be fine.
Okay.
It's a really quick walk.
I believe in you.
It says it's 20 minutes, but it's pretty quick.
So we
1.3.
Hungover Sunday, just following all the code. Little Advil, little blue Gatorade, and one of my buddies had stayed at my other buddies, and he like basically ended up staying the whole day there. So I went to check in on them, like 12 blocks away. Went there, everyone was miserable. I was miserable. Left, and when I came back, I got some ice cream and a couple Body Armor drinks, as I posted on social media. And I saw my lovely girlfriend, Jess, and our dog, Noodle, and they had just left the house, and she was in hungover mode all day. And a person on the street had provoked Noodle that he was hopping around a lot, getting aggressive, that Jess was going to take him for a walk, and then she saw me. She gave me Noodle and said, I can't do it. And then she went for a walk by herself, and I took the dog inside.
Wow.
So, hungover Sunday this weekend.
Damn. You posted that pic of the ice cream?
Yeah.
Luke went and bought the ice cream, so we had it as well.
What'd you think?
It's not good. I knew it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But Luke was interested. Did you see someone reply to your tweet like it's a frozen dairy dessert, not ice cream? So I was very confused what he was doing.
Right.
And if he was serious. And then I got the ice cream, and it says on there, frozen dairy dessert, not ice cream.
Which is kind of fun.
So
it's a really tight inside joke.
Yes.
On that ice cream.
I didn't know what he was. I thought he was like actually like that's not ice cream. Like from his own personal like that's not ice cream.
We're talking. I think is it Breyers or it's like a Reese's peanut butter cup ice cream basically. And it's not bad, but it could be so much better.
All right, so Katie and I have been doing ice cream, and we need to stop. And we need to stop, like hardcore stop. Because when I do the frozen banana and strawberry and I make that into a little ice cream for her, it's just as good. Not just as good, but it's good. So we did all these crazy flavors. And then I bought just like Breyers vanilla bean ice cream. And I'm like, why have I tried these dumb ice cream flavors? Breyers vanilla bean ice cream, or Dreyer's, whatever it is so good. You're not going to beat it. Especially you put like a little bit of peanut butter or a little bit of chocolate, whatever your fixing is. It's a little bit. It's so crazy that we try to beat it. Like, just get the vanilla bean ice cream. Okay.
Did we answer the question?
Yeah.
Find a good dog park.
Yeah. We got there.
What's up, guys? This is Brian from North Carolina. Quick question. Do you think the Yankees go to a 6-man rotation once this season gets off the ground, try to save some arms, maybe go with a prospect in that 6th spot? Appreciate what you're doing, guys. Have a good day.
Man, I mean, we're talking about 45, 48 game season here. No, I don't think they go to. I think they go to a 6-man at the start, towards the end. How many teams are going to make the playoffs, and how important is it to be the top seed? Because if it's not incredibly important to be the number 1 seed, every team that knows they're good enough to make the playoffs is going to play the regular season light on the gas pedal and try to slam it down in the postseason. That's my thoughts, at least.
So, and hey, thank you for calling. Appreciate y'all. And I love it because I often haven't been letting my brain travel into actual baseball thoughts. So this is fun. Because 2 things to consider. A, you said Happ might be leaving the rotation. We forget that Happ has the innings limit and the starts thing, which
what
if those are prorated.
Yeah, what are they prorated? Like 1 start?
We haven't heard much about that, so I don't know. So that kind of stuff is interesting because I could see the Yankees maneuvering or not maneuvering that.
What's
depending what it looks like?
BBD, can you get me Happ's contract?
I think it was 27 starts or $140 innings.
It's something like that. I'll
so
get the
20.
exact number.
How would you 27 divided by 162 is how would you do this?
No.
Times 45.
I think your best way to think about it is
7.5 starts.
So
he's not doing that.
Could be interesting. He could. I mean, that would
not have to do a 6-man.
It's 165 innings or 27 starts.
27 starts is well. No, I guess 32 starts.
The starts could get the starts could happen. I mean, if you do 60 games, 5-man rotation, quick math, that's like 11 starts each. So it's very possible. It'll be interesting to see if they try to navigate that or if they don't try to navigate that. And then I think the bigger thing is whatever spring training looks like, Garrett Cole pitching at the stadium today, we just found out, is those guys aren't going to be stretched out anyways. Like, I feel like the first at least 2 weeks of the season are almost going to be piggybacks. Like, I think you're going to see, the guys that can go a couple innings, Chad Green, Jordan Montgomery, Loaizaga, potentially Mike King, someone like that.
Loaizaga.
I mean, I think you're going to see these guys almost piggybacking and being ready to go 3-4 innings, or 2-3 innings, because those guys are going to need to be stretched out as well. So I think they stay away from the 6-man to start, but they do it in a way where they're stretching out pitchers, and when someone gets hurt, Monty can step in easily, or Loaizaga can step in easily.
I think it's a complete shit show and looks nothing like what we have. Like, I think it's 3 innings and 3 innings, and like the whole regular season, I think is going to be a shit show.
I agree with that partially. I'd say the first 3 weeks, I think I could very easily see that, but at some point, this is going to turn into playoff baseball, and Garrett Cole needs to get the ball every 5th day, and the Yankees, when the playoffs come, they're going to want Garrett Cole to be able to go 7-8 innings, shut down a game, win the World Series, have a parade.
They just need to build him up. They need to build him and Tanaka and Paxton up. Those 3. Build those guys up slowly. Outside of those 3, shit show everywhere. Bullpen day every day. Montgomery 3 innings, Happ 3 innings, Chad 3 innings, Loaizaga 3 innings, Sessa 3 innings,
You're
Holder.
forgetting one giant thing. Whippy.
Yeah, Happ is. He's so whippy, dude. But they're not gonna let him. You know what? It'd be interesting if they want him back because they can't spend elsewhere. If they just the first 7 games they just use him as an opener right away. Imagine that.
I mean, in theory, he could hit his start thing pretty easily. So that'll be interesting to monitor.
Yankees are like, actually, that's a great value pickup for us. The market's so saturated. So we're just going to have you be the opener 7 games in a row just to guarantee.
Or maybe they go complete opposite.
Hap gets hurt. Yankees are like, nope, you're fucking starting, dude.
I don't think you'll see that. I don't think you'll see hurt J Hap getting starts.
What were you going to say?
I've been wrong before. Well, it'd be funny if it goes the other way, like I was saying at the end, if it looks like there's going to be no money for free agents, so it's going to be bargain bin shopping, the Yankees could move hell and high water to not give Haps those starts.
Bargain bin shopping scares me, though, because that's a scenario where the players are going to accept terrible deals, and we are right now at a point where players are unified in not accepting terrible deals.
Right, but if you're going to do it on the Yanks, right?
Come on down.
Win a ring. 2 rings.
What up? It's Ryan from San Antonio. Now that we get
Texas
Austin
Day.
Wells,
Badass.
do you guys think that we should trade Gary Sanchez? Just kidding. That's a fake question.
Got
My
us.
real question is primarily for Jake. We're sitting here post draft. It just kind of popped in my head. What shortstop are you going to be more upset seeing in not a Yankee uniform? Is it going to be Didi Gregorius or freaking Carson Tucker, the plant guy?
Oof.
Thanks.
Carson Tucker, the black guy, tough reputation. Getting as a youth into the league. If you don't know, Cole Tucker, we've said it on here, I think past couple weeks, is one of the best humans we've ever interacted with. Pirate shortstop. His baby bro got drafted in the first round this year, 23rd overall pick to the Cleveland Indians. And I said if he was on the board and the Yankees did not select him, I was willing to eat a plant in my apartment. There are a couple tiny plants. I would have been able to do it. But in comparing him to Didi Gregorius, that's tough. Didi's a beautiful human. But having interacted with the Tucker family, from what we know, they are special. So if one of the Tucker brother ends up in pinstripes one day, like we're in. We've made it.
Yeah, so Carson's your answer? I thought you were going to go sneaky third option, Torreyes.
Sneaky third option, Roto. By the way, watch out, expanded rosters this year.
Oh, yeah.
Roto. Girardi, holding the camera, doing the dance, feeling it.
Feeling it.
Jimmy and Jake, it's Sam calling from the Jersey Shore. First off, JOMBOY, congrats on the engagement.
Thank you.
Just sitting around watching Nippon baseball, watched the Brett Gardner 13, 12 pitch at bat, whatever it was, against Cleveland in the DS in 17. Just a couple of things. One, forgot how much Judge really struggled in that series. Kind of interesting to see that. And the other thing is, it kind of leads to my question. What do you think Brett Gardner's most remembered, most iconic moment in pinstripes? Is it that at bat? Is it the 3-run home run against the Cubs at Wrigley? Just wanted to hear your thoughts. Bye.
3-run home run's pretty good.
This is a good one, right?
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
I didn't know, because I jumped there and I didn't know if that was kind of recency bias a little bit, but
I think there's good Brett Gardner moments that we don't remember because the whole 2014 to 2014, 2015,
Right.
2016. I'm sure Gardner did some cool shit, but I've kind of blanked all of that from my memory because it's boring.
He's won a couple AL Players of the Week.
Getting thrown out without saying a word, probably up there.
I think Gardy's interesting, man, because the power stroke in recent years is kind of more fun, like just kind of being fair about that. And, I mean, we've liked Brett Gardner. You've known he's intense, but
I hate Brett Gardner.
Us getting, further and further into this Yankees world, and I mean, really seeing it, and especially the guy was banging the roof in the dugout, like literally.
He literally was.
He got ejected without saying a word because the umps thought he was kind of becoming a hothead punk.
Mm-hmm. Punky Russell.
As an old man. Shout out to Punky Russell, Brett Gardner's grandma. So, I mean, tough to kind of...
Didn't he have a big triple against the Red Sox last year or 2018?
A nice triple.
Like 8th inning. I think we were at the game.
Could have been.
I'm watching Brett Gardner's top moments on YouTube right now. They got his first hit ever. We're like, robbed a home run.
2017, he had a walk-off against the Rays. Feels like a good one.
I'm pretty deep. I'm still in 09. He had a great catch in the World Series. Oh, yeah. Remember this catch? Almost like hurt himself. Do you remember this one?
It's a good catch. That's how I picture every Brett Gardner catch.
Like
that. The arm goes out. It looks like there's a moment of panic, but he squeezes it.
Kind of think of him just sliding home and how he like goes on his side like that, in a weird way. I don't know. Gardy's awesome.
Gardy's good.
Just being mad all the time. I think the home run in the wild card against Irvin Santana when he stares him down at the end is pretty cool.
Little pimp stance.
Yeah. Well, fuck you. And then the 13 pitch at bat is amazing. So, I don't know where that leaves us. I think the Cubs one is still...
It's just cool.
Because the Cubs one in 2017 was like him announcing, hey, I hit home runs now.
Yeah.
And I can be a little clutch. He had so many clutch shots in that 17 season.
It
was like when he hits home runs, they either tie the game.
I mean, in 2007, he was third in the Arizona Fall League in walks.
That's huge.
So I'm not...
Who beat him?
I don't know.
Okay. We'll go to the next voicemail. This is an interesting title. I don't know if it's playing.
Very interesting.
Oh, here we go.
So a lot. Thanks. This is Josh from Brick. Love you guys.
Thank you.
So I discovered something very interesting. So a lot of people know the Shaq streak, where from 1984 until present, Shaq has played with someone in the NBA Finals from every year. So the MLB also has a streak, I discovered. The Jason Giambi streak. It's not as long. It's from 1988 till present, but 88? I think it's more impressive because Shaq won 4 NBA championships in the span from 1984 till present. Jason Giambi never won a World Series. So, like, he never could be on this list by himself because of himself. But he has a lot of teammates who have played, including Yan Gomes and Asdrubal Cabrera in 2019, and in 1988 he played with Jesse Orosco on the Dodgers. I think that's incredible, and I think it's actually better than the Shaq streak. All right, love you guys.
So, won the World Series or played in the World Series?
Played in, I think.
I think played in is the streak, but he happened to never win one and only played in a couple.
So that's plot twist. I like it.
That's crazy.
It's impressive, yeah.
I mean, we're talking about 30 years?
31.
31 years? There's been a World Series player that has been teammates with Giambi? When did Giambi break into the league? Never mind. I was going to say, when can Giambi actually brag about this?
Right.
But in 84, he wasn't even in the league yet. He caught him at the tail end. 88. And when he retired, so I guess like now is when he can brag about this.
He debuted in 95.
But then he didn't accrue as many teammates. So he couldn't really start. Like, it's only recently that Giambi could be like, I played with that guy, I played with that guy, I played with that guy.
Yeah, you couldn't connect the dots till a little later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, though.
That's cool.
Is
that like out there?
I don't know. Is that public knowledge?
Should we spread that to the world? Like,
Josh,
what are we supposed to do with that?
Josh, can you you had to make a spreadsheet or something? Can you send it to us and we'll tweet it out? Like, name every player, and then first column, player in the World Series. Second column, when they were teammates with Giambi. I'm interested.
I'm searching Giambi World Series on Twitter.
Jeter's got to be a lot for easy ones, you know. I mean, all the 7 World Series Jeter was in count.
I mean, I was going to come out with Yan Gomes, like the caller mentioned. That's cool.
That is cool. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Next.
JOMBOY Jake, first time, long time. This is Corey from North Carolina. I am calling to ask, how do you guys think John Elway would have fared as a Yankee? That's all. Thank you. Bye.
What's this? Did Elway play baseball? Was he one of those baseball drafted people? Did the Yankees draft him?
Yes. They drafted him or signed him.
He was like gonna play baseball.
He was
didn't
threatening.
want to be drafted by whichever team.
Yeah. It's
Colts.
one of the better 30 for 30s out there. Elway to Marino. Go watch that if you're interested. But yeah, Elway, I don't know. I mean, it's the classic question. I mean, Elway, incredible athlete. I don't know how well he would have adjusted to Major League curveballs. I posted this on Twitter the other day. I think Nelly the rapper would have made it to Major League Baseball.
Terrence Gore type?
No, dude. He was like good. He was like I think he was like Missouri's baseball player of the year or some shit.
Yeah.
I never believed these things, but I was like, you know what, Nelly, little middle infielder.
But there's like one Jose Altuve. Like there's not a long list of 5'7" dudes out there.
I think Nelly's taller than 5'7". I think he's like 5'9", 5'10".
Nah.
You don't think so?
No.
Nelly rapper height.
He's a short guy. He's our height.
5'8". I'm seeing 5'8".
That's listed.
I've got him as a Rafael Furcal type, but I think Rafael Furcal is a bad guy now, so you kind of can't compare him to that.
I don't know.
I'll say John Elway was a hell of a competitor. He made it to the majors.
John Elway hit 318 in 42 games in his one season of minor league ball. And I guess he gunned people out in the outfield. Says
strong arm.
People were always trying to take the extra step, and he would just peg them.
Rafael Furcal, Jimmy Rollins. I've got Nelly as that kind of player.
Okay. Those are short guys.
Yeah.
So it's a good call. Jimmy Rollins, 5'7". Great comp, Jake.
Thank you.
Although, I mean, Rollins was fucking really good.
Rollins was so good. That's what I was going to say. I mean, Rafael Furcal was pretty good too, but I think he's a bad guy, so.
Okay. Elway would have been bad.
Damn.
Bummer. Giambi played with 554 players. 61 are still active. 8 are Hall of Famers.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. How many teams did he play for? 3? 4?
I feel like he snuck in a couple at the end.
Yeah, wasn't he in Colorado?
He snuck in
Colorado
a couple
and
teams.
Cleveland at the end.
Yeah.
I remember Cleveland, but what? Oakland, New York, Colorado, Cleveland. 4 teams.
Go Rocks.
What's the next voicemail?
Jimmy, Jake, what's up? So I got this idea from, obviously, the news came out today at the time of this call of the UFC Fight Island. So let's say, God forbid, the New York Yankees were stranded on a deserted island. They got to be there for a few months just before they can get some rescue to them. So who do you think's doing what? Who's leading the whole operation? Who's turning on who? Who do you think is like starting their own kind of rebel group? Who's going out hunting for food? Who's just relaxing in the sun, maybe get a good tan in? Who do you think is doing what on a deserted island? How do you think they get off? Who do you think gets off the easiest? Thanks, guys. Go Yanks.
All right, we haven't done one of these in a while, so we can have some fun. All I know is that while everyone's fighting and discussing what to do, DJ's out there just poking fish in the sea, getting food. And they're like, "Where's DJ?"
much.
And he comes back with like a string of fish.
And I think,
and he's not like mad at them. He's like, "What have you guys been doing?"
So this gets a little trickier than I think you think, because I mean, with a lot of these guys, I think you've got so many people who want to hunt.
So many fishermen.
So many people want to hunt, and they're not going to be allowed to.
Holder, Canely, they take like the land. Like we'll go hunt land animals.
Okay.
Then you got Tanaka, Hap. Who else are fishing crew? Gardy. They're going fishing. Cece sitting in the shade. I'm still putting Cece on the team.
Still on the team for this, okay.
He's sitting in the shade like he's made like a hat over his head.
See, Cece's tough because I had, there's been a lot of Judge Glaber, future captain of the Yankee discussions on here. I had Judge as the clear leader, just on pure mass.
Judge and Stan are moving rocks to spell help in the sand, like boulders, just like dumb, like go get a bunch of rocks, put them on the sand,
okay,
and make them spell help. SOS. They're definitely the gatherers. Maybe they're getting logs to make a tent, or the raft. They're on raft crew because they're big and strong. They're getting like timber and logs, and then they're getting the little tiny branches and giving that to Chad, and he is weaving,
And that becomes the real question. Who are the gatherers on the team? And it's Chad Green. And I think LeMahieu. I think they almost kick him out of fishing because the other guys are like, dude, you're catching too many.
Yeah.
Like, you got to chill. We're supposed to be out here all day.
Yeah. Chad's just weaving the little like kindling into a net on the raft, for sure.
Who do you think has the most fun in this scenario? Like, which player is just having a good time?
Canely.
I think there's a chance. I won't fight that. For some reason, I've got Gio.
It's having fun?
I think he's mixing it up amongst the crew.
I got Gio and Glaber just like playing soccer.
Gio's picking up. Yeah, there's obviously they day one they were like, hey, we should play a baseball game every day, and they do that.
Like, what are you guys doing? Glaber and Gio are just playing catch with coconuts.
And they're like, hey, let's play soccer too. Like, we're bored as hell.
Yeah.
Clint's
looking around like, damn, how'd you guys get all these skills? You guys know how to make rafts and shit?
Clint's wondering why, and I say this with a very sunburnt nose right now, but he's wondering why everyone else has such a good tan and he does not. Yeah. Just doesn't get it.
CeCe's definitely chilling, doing nothing.
Again, CeCe's not on my island. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, he is. He's there. Who are we missing?
Chapman's on fire duty, and that's obvious.
No, Chapman's hunting by throwing things at animals. And you didn't tell him to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the one task you have Chapman on is fire. And he, likes it. He's like, yeah, flamethrower. I'm the fire guy. I get that. But, yes, he's doing that on his own.
Yeah,
he's not required. The one thing he's required to do is keep the fire. And then he's got someone pretty low on the totem pole. I think Wade is with him. And they're like, hey, Wade, he's on fire. You're probably going to have to, maintain it because he's just going to throw stuff at animals.
Wade's like, I want to play soccer with Glaber and Gio.
And they're like, you can do that. Just make sure the fire doesn't go out.
Yeah.
But he's, panicked the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Because he knows.
Yeah. Ottavino's kind of like the professor. Like, he's, getting signals from planes.
He's trying to do
navigating coordinates.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Britain's
he's gathering sulfur on the island, and they're like, that's...
Britain's helping him out a little bit.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why? I'm trying to make magnets, and they're just like, that's not going to help us at all.
Gary's getting pulled in so many directions. He wants to be with Gio, or he wants to be with Stanton and Judge, getting the logs and the timber for the raft and the shelter. But every fucking time he looks over at Gio and Glaber, they're going to kick him the ball. Gary's going to kick it back. And then Judge and Stanton are like, dude, Gary, help us. And he's like, I am. Sorry, they're kicking me the ball.
Gary's
I have
on
to kick it back.
a constant mission to try to have more fun on the island. Guys, if we're here, let's have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, yeah.
We can play more than one baseball game if we want.
Mm-hmm.
And then Judge is like, Gary, can't do that.
Yeah. I think Fishing Crew's killing it. Tanaka, Gardy, and Canely's definitely on, go wrestle a hog. Go get us a wild boar.
They're making up tasks for Canely.
Wild boar. Go get us a wild boar.
They're measuring, can you measure the footsteps to get around the island again?
Canely's got a cave, and that's the go make noise in their cave. That's your time. It's your special place.
There's a band. Higgy's probably
jamming.
Canely's involved.
Yeah, he's always there.
Screamo. Drummer. Do we have a drummer on the Yanks? Or we've wanted a drummer?
No drummer yet, I don't think.
Okay. Eyes open.
All right. Cool. Eventually they get off.
They get off.
Jimmy, Jake, BBD, what's happening, boys? Mike Symphony from Philadelphia. Also, shout out to my man on Twitter, Kyle. Reason I'm calling is celebrations. 96 was the best dog pile I've ever seen. So, what I'm thinking now is the younger guys, if the Yankees were to win the World Series right now, what type of celebration do you think you would see from the younger guys like Glaber and Judge? And would we even get a smile from DJ LeMahieu? We'll see. So I'm curious to know what you guys think. Go Yanks.
Big smile from DJ, and it would warm you up. Like you'd be like, oh my God, that was better than winning. Seeing him smile, it would warm your soul. Jake and I don't know if it was just me or Jake subscribed to as well. We had a theory going that first time winners dogpile, and the Yankees dogpiled in 96. And then, in the later years, they're like, yo, it kind of sucks, guys. If you're at the bottom, it blows. And then with the San Francisco Giants, I think it rang true again. They dogpiled and they didn't really dogpile. I think this team would dogpile. I do.
The word that came to mind for me with DJ LeMahieu smiling was iconic.
Okay. That's the shot.
Just remembered forever. And there's almost irony to it that, like, whenever DJ LeMahieu is shown for the next 50 years of Yankees history, he has just this bubbly, uncontrolled smile.
That's the shot. Yeah. I like that.
God, I mean, it would be a tear up the town. The town is hungry for it. These guys are hungry for it. I mean, there would be different rumors about, different people Tyler Wade hung out with that evening. There would be, Canley would be nuts. Like, almost not cool. Like nuts. Canley would be nuts.
Pouring water on everyone.
Beer,
yeah. In the clubhouse. Sliding. He's nuts anyway.
Like, I think people would defect from Canley's squad that day. Like, there would be a group that would go out that day and be like, we're rolling with Tommy all day. And then at about noon, like, I think Voit would be like, I'm having fun, but that's...
Yeah.
It's just so much.
Well, everyone needs to be that person at the parade, and that'd be Canley.
It'd be Canley. It'd be a Tommy Canley day.
Yeah. I didn't have the energy to actually do it.
Actually, maybe he throws his voice out like hour one.
Yeah.
That'd be even funnier.
It's
pretty good.
Maybe
I like that.
Maybe the winning game is a blowout and Canley doesn't have a voice by the last out.
I'm trying to think. Maybe Tank just lets the big dog eat all day.
No, like Tank's giddy like a little schoolgirl.
Like, normally very well put together with the haircut. I've got Tank like sloppy by the end of it.
I don't.
He just lets it out for one day.
I have him like rock star, like GQ model. Maybe G shows up, a little hungover look, and Tank just looks so fucking good.
Interesting.
He represents all of Japan in that moment.
That's true. I think Tank lets the big dog eat.
That was the last voicemail.
Paxton gets silly.
Yeah. Of course.
So silly.
You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's you, Pax?
Yeah. He's wearing funny sunglasses.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Little Canadian in him comes out.
Yeah.
Chugs maple syrup, maybe.
Maybe even like a jean jacket with nothing under it. Like he's playing into the Canadian tuxedo a little bit.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. All right. That's the last voicemail. Thank you guys very much for calling and hanging out with us. And that's all. That's the end. You good? I didn't even get too hot in here, but I'm getting hot now, so I need to end the show now.
Thank you. I DM'd some ex-Yankees today, so we'll see if we hear back from them.
Yeah.
And, we should have an interview later in the week. Maybe we'll get some good baseball news at some point.
Maybe
we'll have a double emergency breaking pod for Talking Yanks and Talking Baseball.
Sounds nice. All right, thanks, guys. We will see you later. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.